From 2 News, Vandals, Falcons, the Sports Tonight Humanitarian Bowl Tailgate Party.
Welcome everyone to Tailgate Today, or our Breakfast Bowl special, or the Sports Tonight Humanitarian Bowl Tailgate Party. In this hour, we're going to talk to this man, head coach of the Idaho Vandals, Rob Akey, as well as our Vandal analyst, John Kirtland, who played linebacker back in the 70s. You're 7th all-time in tackles in a season. I looked that up, by the way. But first, joining us on loan from KLEW and Lewiston and sports director Jay Tust with a look back at how exactly all of us got here.
Thanks, Jay. You know, each preseason we in the media, we rank where we expect the teams to finish in the WAC. Idaho never does very well. Picked to finish next to last by the media and dead last by the coaches. How did we end up here? Fourth quarter comeback, some great catches, and an All-American left tackle, but that's just for starters. The opening game of the season was a trifecta of sorts. First game, first home game, first conference game, circled on the calendar by Rob Akey since the day the schedule was released.
I think it's as big a game as University of Idaho has played in a few years now.
The win over the Aggies wasn't really a surprise. Neither was the loss the following week to Washington in Seattle. It's what came next. JoJo Dixon's 74-yard interception return was the 6th longest in Vandal history. That jump-started the team to its second victory over San Diego State. The following week against Northern Illinois, Nathan Enderle had a monster quarter for Idaho. Throwing for 3 touchdowns, Idaho held off a late Huskies comeback to win their first non-conference road game since 2004.
We were in some uncharted territory with this football team at that point in time. We had a sold-out dome, wall-to-wall people, and it wasn't against our rival.
If there were any doubters the Vandals were just getting lucky, those doubts were nearly erased by a come-from-behind win over Colorado State on October 3rd. A Shiloh Kao pick sealed the 2-point win, and suddenly Vandal fans were sprouting from the woodwork, and the team was just 2 wins away from becoming bowl eligible. October 17th, Idaho never trailed Hawaii, beating the Warriors with 4 DeMondre Woolridge touchdowns. It was Idaho's 5th win in a row, sealed again by a Shiloh Kao interception, and made Idaho bowl eligible for the first time since 1998. An ugly loss to Nevada followed, but the team returned to the Kibbie Dome to face Louisiana Tech. Tech jumped to a 21-7 first quarter lead, but 2 Nathan Enderle touchdown passes and 2 DeMondre Woolridge touchdowns, plus a missed field goal as time expired, gave Idaho its 7th win of the year, nearly guaranteeing the Vandals a spot in a WAC bowl game. Idaho closed the season on a 3-game losing streak, including a 3-point loss to Utah State at home in their finale. The team gave up an average of 50 points a game in their final 3 losses, but as the saying goes, time heals all wounds, and the Vandals are healthy and riding high in the team's first bowl game since the 1998 Humanitarian Bowl. Now keep in mind, football is a numbers game, and 2 of the most telling statistics of the year, Idaho was 9th in the country in converting on 3rd downs, and Nate Enderle was 10th best in the nation in passing efficiency in 2009. For 2 News Sports Tonight, I'm Jay Tust.
All right, back here with the guys that really know these, John Kirtland, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, head coach. You're the best soundbite in the Northwest. The guys in Spokane have told me that a couple of times now.
That's because I think I talk a little bit too much. All you have to do is say hello and I kind of ramble on.
Okay, we've only got like 45 more minutes left in this show, so
I'll try to keep it toned down a little
okay,
bit.
well, let's talk a little bit about your team so far this year. One of the things that really jumped out at us when we were starting to do some of the research for this was how good your team has been on converting on 3rd downs. Can you talk a little bit about your offense and how things really blossomed for you this year?
Well, I can. You know, it's been a big turnaround for our offense with what it had been in the previous 2 years, and we've developed a great ability to be able to run the football, and we've used 3 running backs to be able to accomplish that. And we've come up with some guys that have made some great plays catching the football for us. It's not just hey, there's one guy that we could go to. We've had a number of guys that are catching passes for us. We've had some games where 10 different kids caught passes for us. And so obviously we've got a pretty good guy delivering the football for him. And none of that takes place if we don't protect that quarterback and block out that running game. And I think a lot of it started with our offensive line. That was it's produced a lot with our offense and the success that we've had. And you know, the most important down in football is certainly 3rd down, and that's one of the things that we pay a lot of attention to. Being able to convert 3rd downs when we're on offense, keeping drives alive, that's something that we've pushed hard all season long. At being good at that and working to be the best at that, and that has certainly helped us a lot.
John, you said earlier your side of the ball was defense. What have you seen out of that Vandal defense that makes you, proud to wear the silver and gold?
Well, I think the defense did some huge things in the first part of the season, but I was really concerned, Coach, at the midway portion around the Nevada game. It seems like every time Coach Kreiner had kids in position to do right things, we just didn't get the job done, and it was really frustrating to watch. Can you expound on that a little bit as far as the defense goes and giving up those points?
Absolutely. It was frustrating standing on the sideline and see that take place too. And I can guarantee you one thing, those young guys out there, it was frustrating for them also. That's one of the things. Our defense is something that is still a work in progress. While we're having some success with what's going on this season, it's our third year of building, and there's some good things that come with that. And in only the third year of building, there's still some parts that we're getting put together. But we have been improved with this is the first year we've been able to put together a semblance of a defensive front. We've got better size inside. That has helped us out a little bit. JoJo Dixon is roaming the field very well as a linebacker. Having Shiloh Kale back as our safety has been a good thing for us. But we're still working with some of the youth and the things that are taking place for us there. And it's a group of kids that have been battling their tails off, and those things are going to change with each season. Your football team is going to have different strengths in different years based on who you have coming back. I look at our defense, and numbers-wise, statistic-wise, that's not something you're going to go brag about. I also could not sit here and tell you what the numbers were statistically for our offense either, because the stats that matter are how many points we have at the end of the game and how many do they have, and the wins and the losses. And that's what we've really worked to pay attention to, and we've had some games that while we've given up some yards and things like that, our defense had come up with big plays. Fourth down drive stops, 2-point play stops. Early in the season we were better at taking the ball away, and as a football team we were better in the plus-minus column. We were taking it away, and we were taking better care of the football at that point in time. Those things make a big difference, and when we went rolling into Nevada, we were the #1 rush defense in the WAC conference at that point in time. Obviously that didn't fare out so well on that day, but they also proved that they set a record. 3 1,000-yard rushers on the same football team this year. It was a good outfit, and I'm not so sure that probably didn't shake up our guys a little bit mentally, because we struggled a little bit more after that point in time, but we still found the ability to make things happen.
Guys, as he said, he can really talk, and we've got a lot more to talk about because we haven't even got to Bowling Green yet. So as we get you ready for kickoff, who the Vandals will face today at 2:30 is the Falcons, and we'll have more on that coming up. We haven't forgot it's a work day, so check out your game day local forecast on the Sports Tonight Humanitarian Bowl Tailgate Party.